what you have done today, what you've done this week. It's a game. We played. We had a good time. However, the things you have done have never been done this way before. And these things, believe it or not, adults are trying to figure out how to do. You may or may not know that adults have been watching this game being played and have become convinced that what you do, what you've done today, this week, is important not only to you, but adults have figured out this is important to the actual entire world. Ms. Powers.
Did you make up this game?
Yes. And you can invent, that's another thing. You can invent anything that might be helpful. I just happen to think of it, but what can you think of?
How old were you when you made it?
Let's see, this was 34 years ago, so I was a young man. Yes, Miss Tenzin.
Didn't you tell me that it was harder to play with adults than with kids?
Yes, we have played the game with adults once, and you have a distinct advantage over adults. They seem to have difficulty forgetting their past difficulties.
Well, it's kind of hard for people, like adults, because when you're like younger, like before you go to college, you kind of have like the creativity, like you have like a lifespan. Like I don't know, it's just you have all these kind of like fresh ideas. When you're a little baby, you remember all these, like you would make a necklace with spaghetti or something, like with little noodles. You put it on a string and wear it around and say, "Mommy, look at this pretty necklace I made for you." Or draw these little squiggly lines and say, "That's my mom and my dad."
So you have fresher approach to things, yes.
But once you grow older, you get more mature and you get more serious, like serious thoughts, and you adapt more of like reality. You don't really have your imaginary fairy or the tooth fairy and stuff. So you start to realize that they're not really there.
Maybe we can keep our tooth fairy alive a little longer, maybe. Huh? Keep our tooth fairy around. Okay, we're going to look at our reflections briefly. We're not going to take everybody to answer every question. We're just going to pop around the room and just get a little feeling for how these questions were dealt with. First question, if you'd like to say something about it, what was the point or purpose in playing this game for you? Why were you playing this game? Not just, to have summer fun. We know that. We're all trying to have fun. Why were you playing this game? What do you think? Yeah. Anybody want to? Miss 18. We'll go to Mr. Maynard too.
Well, the point and purpose of playing a role-based game for me is like sampling the kind of life of a president or an executive or somebody that has very like a lot of responsibility.
I also want to play this game because I made demonstrative skills improve. It's also not, from the trailer I saw, it was not just an easy game to solve. I like it, it takes a lot of energy, and it's not just, you can do one thing and the game is won. And it's very tiring, and you don't necessarily get what you want the first thing. You have to let other people do what they want, and you have to adapt to their situations. Because you see, you got different rules, and you think, let's say you have an idea, and you want to tell it to the Prime Minister, but then she's occupied with other things, and you see that they're very frustrated, and you have to wait and be patient, and like that kind of situation. So.
Well, I want to do everything you just said. That was great. Be patient, wait. Oh, it's wonderful. Thank you, sir. Okay, let's look at number 2. Can there be peace with violence? Explain how or how not. Can you do that? We'll get somebody else who we have not heard from again. Mr. Evans, what do you think, sir?
Because sometimes a war can be used to achieve peace, I guess.
Can it, you think? War can be used to achieve peace? Anybody else have any thoughts on that? All right, Mr. Notbot.
I think only if you're facing an enemy whose only objective is chaos.
I wonder if that can stop them completely. Mr. Phillips, what do you think?
Yes, you can end hostilities between a country by ending that country, basically. And you can, it's just not a good idea.
Eliminating them can be done, but not necessarily a good idea. Mr. Bose.
If, like, for instance, if you eliminated the saboteur, then there would be peace for our country.
It would be.
Yeah.
Eliminate the problem. Okay. All right. Mr. Doucette, do you want to follow up on that?
You can win with war because let's say you have a country just bombing, they have no military equipment, and the only solution with them is to have peace, because if they come in with stakes, you could just shoot them down. So you might as well have peace and unity.
Ultimately that. Okay, Ms. Ayton?
Well, there can be peace, but I don't think violence is really the right word for it, because there has to be a reason, and so if the problem that you're trying to fix with this, of course you should try and discuss it first, but if that doesn't work, then you might have to use violence, but, you know, it should be quick, and if the problem is going to cause more destruction than what you're doing, it's probably okay to do that, but if you're causing more destruction than you're fixing, that would not really...
Right. You really have to consider the consequences, sounds like. You sound a little bit like Sun Tzu, actually. Let's look at number 3. How can a country be a good neighbor, the best neighbor to another country? And then Ms. Pellissier, yes, sir.
A nation can do this by decreasing hostilities between itself and others by helping others out when needed. So basically trying to be the person that helps out and does things for its neighboring countries.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Maynard did that, I believe, with his treaty that forged an alliance between all 4 countries. How did you achieve that? How did you get everybody to sign on to that, Mr. Maynard?
I knew everybody wouldn't alliance with me if they knew I already had alliances with other countries. So I sort of tricked everybody.
All right. Let's just take the general look at any of the questions. If there's anything you want to speak on at all, we've got about 4 more left. Any question you'd like to address or speak on, and we're going to go ahead and conclude and start our awards soon. Okay, Ms. Tenzin?
For number 4, I guess I am a pretty good negotiator because all my negotiations came true, like it happened.
What made you a good negotiator?
Normally, when I talk to people about stuff, I act calm, like I act like I know what's going on, even if I don't know what's going on, and I smile on and off to make them feel like they can trust me and I know what I'm doing. And then I sometimes stretch the truth a little bit.
Okay, we have a couple more hands. Mr. Doucette, I think you were next.
Also about number 5. At the beginning I thought that you should kill everyone.
Yeah, I remember that. You came in that way. You did, didn't you? That was your only answer for everything.
Just kill the crow, kill the exogenous, kill the ninjas, and basically kill our people. And then during the game, I saw that it was weird to me because you have so many tanks and you have so many soldiers, and you have you can buy a lot of war equipment. And then I see how you think and say that it's a little temptation. And then I saw that basically the point is to make peace, but I still want to ask why there's so many soldiers if you can't kill them.
Why so many soldiers?
So many soldiers. I mean, you can kill them. In other countries, they despise you and don't trust you.
That's it. You just answered. That's why.
But why do you have so many soldiers?
Temptation. You said it. The idea is to tempt you to go that way and to see if you
Why aren't there
can.
any civilians already?
That's a good question. We don't have civilians because simply there would be too much on the board and we couldn't finish the game in time. I used to load the board up with everything in the real world and we just couldn't get through it hardly. So we had to cut back somewhere, and I didn't really want to have innocent people being killed or us doing that in the game, so I did pull that out. Number 7, read number 7, what is that?
Describe what you saw in the game that best showed wise actions or problem solving.
What was the wise action problem solving?
Well, it depends on what they do, because sometimes if you bomb someplace, like it's a deeper meaning than just bombing it. It's just like, oh, some people might just think, oh, they just want to bomb it so they can rule that country. But then other people might think, oh, like, why did you bomb it? How come you bombed it? And there's always like another level. Like when you play a game, there's always going to be the next level, and then the next level, and then the next level, and then once you beat the game, there's the second game, and it keeps on going and going and going. So it didn't really matter to me if it was a bad thing or a good thing. It just mattered what came out of it. Like even if there's like a small little action, like you move one troop this way. There was like a huge effect, like when Ice Nation moved back their troops and it solved the crisis, which was another, like it was a kind of like a big crisis. So it was just one small move and one like couple words, a sentence, and then got it.
Thank you.